Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Oh boy, I didn't think it was possible, but I guess I now stand here corrected. Things just got a whole lot worse for little Hasan Piker, Jenk's nephew, Twitch's favorite little nepo baby socialist grifter. Of course, we've been covering Kaya Gate, the whole situation of Hasan using his dog as a background prop, putting a shock collar on his dog, with the remote right next to him on stream anytime she steps even a foot off that bed. The moment she gets out of frame, he zaps her with Zeus's lightning. Well, it's been obvious since the start, it was clear as day, we saw what happened. Yet Hasan continues to deny, deflect, dismiss, lie. He's been running around online insisting he never shocked his dog. It's not a shock collar. It was a vibrating collar. And of course, he and all his leftist sycophants, they've been on the offensive, calling anybody who suggests that Hasan is a liar or suggests that that was in fact a shock collar, we're liars, conspiracy theorists. They're saying we're stupid and falling for misinformation. And well, now I guess that conversation comes to an end. Surprise to literally nobody with two working frickin' brain cells. We've been right the whole time. Shocker, I know, far leftists lying to protect their own. No, that would never happen. Well, you guys are going to get a kick out of this. The company that actually produces the collar itself has now confirmed that it was, in fact, a shock collar, which he cut the prongs off and put tape over. Let me show you guys exactly what happened here. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so let me show you this email. This is from the company that produces the shock collar, Educator Collars. They write, "Hi there. To me, that looks like a low to medium power RX090 receiver that comes with most of our units out the box. It looks like someone cut off the contact points and put tape over it to cover up any rough edges left, or cutting instead of replacing the contact points with a comfort pad. If you want to be sure exactly which receiver it is, you will need to remove the tape." And so there it is. The company has now identified it as one of their medium shock collars that had the prongs removed and tape placed over. Exactly what we've been saying. And yet Hasan has repeatedly denied it. He frickin' lied, and now it's proven. It wasn't a vibrating collar. It's a shock collar. And he's been trying to hide it for months. There's now a resurfaced clip where there's a top-down camera angle on his desk, and you could see the shock collar remote clear as day on his desk, and he, in a nervous, frantic moment, notices that the camera can probably pick it up, grabs it, and pushes it out of the camera frame. Again, totally guilty behavior. You know, I know Hasan thinks he's slick, your typical sociopathic narcissist who thinks he's so much smarter than everybody else and can manipulate them, but this guy's a complete frickin' moron. The truth relating to this entire ordeal has been obvious since the start. And that's what makes the lying so much worse, and it's not just Hasan, it's all his orbiters, all the Hasan bootlickers all over social media, not just his fans, but some of the clout chasers around him. In comes Sasha Grey, the former hardcore fetish porn star, now turned leftist intellectual on Twitch. Clearly another Hollywood sociopath, trying to do the socialism grift. Well, she went live defending Hasan. Here's her statement.
"I saw someone who provided info of the collar. When he showed it, he took out the contact points and put electrical tape over it. I watched the same clip. There's no tape, and you can't take those points out."
There was no tape, she says. Oh, really? No tape? Another leftist telling us to not believe our lying eyes, right? What the hell is this? Oh, it looks like tape on the collar, the same tape that the company, who are experts on these collars, clearly identified. And this isn't an altered photo, as some people on the internet are suggesting. No, this is directly from Hasan's video. Clearly, there is black electrical tape on top of the removed prongs. But then she also said, "Oh, it's literally impossible to remove the prongs." Ah, yes, soft metal electrical prongs, impossible to cut through. I mean, you could use pliers to snap pretty hardened steel. These types of electrical prongs are actually pretty soft. They're more of a malleable metal, but apparently they're impossible to cut off. Oh, Hasan could never do it. Yeah, obviously another ridiculous lie. Actually, there's a streamer who debunked that real quick.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that on the prong. So you can see I'm holding it right there. Now, what do you think the odds are that I have enough grip strength to do this with one hand? One hand.
Sorry, chat.
They're basically impossible to do. What do you think?
I'm going to give you 20%. With one hand?
20%. One hand.
I just want to savor this moment.
Ready?
For the clippers. Yeah. Damn. Turns out you can get rid of that thing in nothing. Just a couple of clippers. No issue.
Same collar, same prongs. He got a pair of pliers and snapped them off easily with a single hand. But we're supposed to believe Hasan, who's lied through his teeth this entire time. At one point, he even said that actually the collar wasn't even on Kaya.
She didn't even have that collar on to begin with. And the only reason why I showed the collar was because people were clipping other instances.
Even though you could see it clear as day in the video. And interestingly enough, he didn't show the collar immediately after. He didn't show what was on his desk because he knew he was guilty. No, he waited 24 hours later, tampered with the evidence, then attempted to manipulate us, thinking we're stupid, but again, he doesn't realize he's the dumbest person in the frickin' room. 24 hours later shows up with this jerry-rigged collar with clear electrical tape on it, thinking we wouldn't be able to find the truth. But even for a second, let's play devil's advocate. Let's pretend that actually Hasan cut the prongs off a long time ago and it's no longer a shock collar. Well, can somebody explain how the dog was screaming in pain the moment he pressed the button? He also told us at one point that, oh yeah, he pressed the button, but the collar only vibrates, so it's just a vibrating collar. Well, how would it vibrate if it's not a vibrating collar, but rather a shock collar that you remove the prongs off of? Does cutting the prongs off magically then create a vibrating mechanism? Obviously not. No, what happened is now patently obvious. He shocked his dog on stream because she got slightly out of frame. This guy's obviously some sort of control freak. He's obsessed with his image. And then he panicked when he got caught, attempted to cover his tracks by cutting the prongs off, taping the collar and showing up for a future stream where he thought that his defense would stack up. Typical narcissist cover-up strategy. He thought that we were too stupid to notice. And then as we started to expose all of his lies, he doubled down, he tripled down, he quadrupled down, and then blamed everybody else and just started attacking anybody who called him out on his BS. In other words, the guy's a real piece of you-know-what. And Hasan keeps claiming, oh, the whole thing's blown out of proportion. People are obsessed with me just because they're haters. They're always the right wing attacking me. They're blowing it out of proportion. It's just a dog collar. But this was never about a dog collar. This is about character. Hasan got caught doing something that exposed his character. And of course, instead of manning up, instead of owning it, apologizing, he took the coward path. Went straight to lying, deflecting, attacking, hiding evidence, gaslighting. And again, it all lines up with who we know him to be. He is an absolute fraud. He's a manipulator. He's an exploiter. And his behavior here applies to his entire career. This is who he is. This is what he does. He'll say anything to defend himself. He'll say anything to generate clicks online, to maintain his relevancy. That's why he's so audience captured. He doesn't actually believe anything that he pretends to stand for online. He's always claiming on social media that he's for the Workers' Party, right? He's a Workers' Party socialist. Yeah, you're a real Workers' Party advocate, Hasan. Real down to earth with your $3 million Hollywood mansion, your $200,000 Porsche, designer clothes from top to bottom. A real working man. He's got calluses on his hand. He's a spoiled trust fund baby who was handed a career, and instead of taking that opportunity and being genuine, he identified a certain market segment, and he plays that angle. It's all strategy to him, and clearly his audience is too stupid to realize. But of course, that's not my problem, so who cares? Anyways, that's it. That's probably the last video I'll record on Kaya Gate. I think it's obvious at this point who's been lying. Just wanted to clear the record. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.